He always just does act when
Three games into the season, and apparently William Saliba is set to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, according to L'Equipe, after suffering an injury against Liverpool. Obviously, at this point, we know he suffered it during the warm-up. He tried to continue, and now he joins, unfortunately, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, Benjamin White, Norgard, and a couple of players on the injury treatment room. The only silver lining is that Saliba plays a lot of minutes. He gets a bit of rest, but unfortunately, don't want to hear anything around injuries. Big up Christian Mascara, which is why we need a squad, people. He's expected to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. Now, depending on what ITK you read from and all those kind of stuff, some say he could be back for the Manchester City game. Some say, you know what, expect him back towards the end of September, early October, people. The Daily Mail said Arsenal have suffered an injury blow after discovering how long William Saliba will be out for. The defender had to be substituted in the early stages of Arsenal's defeat by Liverpool last weekend after suffering an ankle problem. According to L'Equipe, Saliba has now been ruled out for between 3 and 4 weeks. He was also ruled out of contention for the current French side, people, and it's anticipated that he'll also be absent for the next international break, which I believe comes in October, which... So why would there's a break 3 weeks into the season? I don't know. Wow, there's another one in quick succession. I don't know, but not what you want to hear. Obviously, as far as Arsenal are concerned, he could miss the games against Nottingham Forest, Manchester City, Newcastle United, as well as our Champions League campaign kicking off against Athletic Bilbao. Obviously, Christian Mascara, as suggested and as said and as we saw, could come in for the absent Saliba, and he hardly put a foot wrong against Liverpool, and you know he's only enhanced his reputation. 13 million. I thought when your role in the squad came, I just thought, you know what, Timbers, we've got to be a bit cute and clever with Yuri and Timber. Benjamin White suffering. I actually thought he would get his run in the side, at least in the short term, playing as a fullback, but he could be set to play as a left-sided centre-half, and, you know, right-sided centre-half, apologies. And, of course, we could shuffle the back line. You've got Hincapie, you've got Calafiori, you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly, you have got Mascara, such as our defensive options. I'll probably miss someone else. So, yeah. Ben White and Norgard have also been out injured. Not sure on what has happened to Norgard, really and truly. And I don't feel Mikel Arteta has shedded any light externally to us that are not connected with the club. Gabriel Jesus is getting closer to a return from an ACL injury that kept him out since January. As you know, he wasn't included in Arsenal's Champions League squad. After the international break, the first international break, this Saturday, we're playing Nottingham Forest. So what do you lot make of that, people? Arsenal are not planning for Leandro Trossard exit despite links with Besiktas move in recent days. Trossard already agreed new deal at the club in August, and move to Turkish Super League has no chance of happening. Now, we know we failed to bring in, I know we got Madueke, we got Eze. Maybe if we were successful in our pursuit of a left winger, you know, Leao, Rodrigo is linked with a lot of them, Gordon even. Maybe if we got one of those in, potentially Gabriel, Martinelli and Trossard could have departed. But I'd love to know, people, regardless of us not being able to bring anybody in until January at the very least, there's not going to be too many opportunities to get some level of a fee for Trossard. So if there has been legitimate offers from Turkey, knowing what we know, would you lot sanction the move, or do you say, do you know what, you're staying until January at the very earliest? I'm not too sure. So yeah, Fabrizio Romano has said that Trossard won't be going to Besiktas. He's not been linked with a number of clubs, people. The Turkish league is still open. Doesn't appear that there's going to be anything there, people. Now, I can't imagine Martinelli is flavour of the month with any Arsenal fans, but apparently Martinelli could become the next formerly important Arsenal star to be sacrificed by Mikel Arteta in the name of progress, according to a report. What do you lot make of that? The Gunners have gone through several evolutions or revolutions since Mikel Arteta's arrival in the dugout in late 2019, with the Spaniard himself promoted from head coach to manager to reflect his expanded authority over the course of his almost 6 years at the club. And let's hope 6 years now, 4 times, including this season, fighting for a title. Let's hope we get over the line, people. Where do you lot rate our Premier League chances as well? Let me know. Join the comments, get in the discussions. While tangible success in the form of major trophies has been found wanting, nice way of putting it, Arsenal have managed to re-establish themselves among Europe's elite, doing so with a fairly ruthless transfer policy. Several players initially signed as undeniable upgrades just a few years ago have been offloaded or become surplus to requirements. Such has been the North London club's progress over the past half decade. As the Athletic points out, Zinchenko, Ramsdale, Zinchenko have all been sacrificed by this logic, and Martinelli could be one that could be gone. We hear a lot of rumours with Martinelli, some distancing reports and saying Arsenal never wanted to sell him. Some say Arsenal wanted to sell him, but they don't feel his stock is the highest. Some have said we've only had offers as high as 40 million and we hold out for 60. We all probably knew it was probably easier to move on Trossard because of the contract situation and he's on less wages. This doesn't shock me, because whether you think Madueke is a right winger or a left winger, he's probably a better option in Arsenal fans' minds at this moment in time. I don't think people care at this moment whether Eze's a 10 and 8 effing left back. Just get him on the pitch. And really, we know he's not a left winger, but we really think he can't provide more than Nelly, which I don't want to create a pylon, but you get the point, people. Apparently, there was interest from Aston Villa, interestingly managed by Unai Emery, and Bayern Munich. Obviously, they went for Luis Diaz. That didn't get anywhere. Arsenal didn't actively push Martinelli out, and no talks were held with his entourage about a potential departure. However, by the same token, Arsenal so far show no signs of wanting to extend his contract. His current terms expire in 2027. The club have an option of another year. So maybe that's not a priority. Respectfully to Martinelli, if you hear anything, and Trossard, around a new contract for any player, you want to hear William Saliba, and if it's not that, Bukayo Saka. There's also been some reports that Bukayo Saka will sign a new deal and become our highest earner. So I don't think we've learned anything new here, and that isn't too dissimilar from maybe what is reality at the football club. Rodri has spoken on Zubimendi. He's a great player. He has discipline and mentality that can lead him to become one of the best if he isn't already. I spoke to him the other day and told him it was his time, that I was leaving him the keys to the team. But hey, if you could have half the career that Rodri had for City at Arsenal, we're doing okay. Mbappe has said, Liverpool has to be mentioned first and foremost, but also I have high hopes for Arsenal because the core of the team has known each other for a long time, and that's a crucial factor in football. So you come and join us, play off the left, play up front. You can mix and mingle, do all of those things. That's tough to pick one. Maybe Arsenal, maybe it'll be their year. It certainly would be easier to say Manchester City or Liverpool. So even though City are battered and bruised, they've still got the tax of they've been there, they've done it, they've bullied the league under Pep Guardiola. Liverpool have won the league, and for me, they look the front runners and look like nobody's going to catch them. But if there's a chance for Arsenal, there's a chance. So where are you lot at with Mbappe's own comments about the title challenge, people? The Athletic say that they spoke to some scouts present at England's under-19s 3-3 draw against Spain on Saturday. They expressed amazement at Max Dalman's quality, comparing his dribbling ability to that of Lamine Yamal. They acknowledge, however, there's little chance of any suitor prizing him away from Arsenal. Got minutes against Leeds at the Emirates, got minutes against Liverpool at Anfield at 15, progressing in the England ranks. Clearly a first-team player for us now, and his stock is only going to increase every day. Like, he's probably added a couple million by the time this video comes out. We love that. Shout out to Mikel Merino, who also scored for Spain, people. And I must admit, yeah, you're seeing several players play for their countries, and they look like different players than at Arsenal. So is the system the issue? Is it the tactics? Is it the personnel? I don't know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on everything we've discussed.
Always